Listen, I think if I would have seen this on an episode of Creepshow, I probably would have liked this movie a little bit more than I did. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. Okay, so tonight we're talking about the movie called The Curse of Hobbs House. I'm going to give you the synopsis really quick first, and then we'll get into this thing. When down on her luck, Jane Dermont learns about the death of her aunt, Alexandra. She expects a life-saving inheritance, but finds herself battling bloodthirsty zombies instead, fighting for her life. Okay, well, that is this movie. Basically, the first act of this movie is we're introduced to Jane, who is very down on her luck. She's just lost her job. She lives out of her car. She receives a phone call when she's just about ready to pack it in. You know what I mean? From Yuri Saul, who is kind of the lawyer, I guess, who is looking after the estate now that Alexandria has killed herself. So she calls Jane, says, "Come on, come to the estate. We're going to read the will, and we'll divvy up the inheritance." So that's kind of the first act. She goes to this Hobbs house where Alexandria used to own it, which is her aunt. So it's kind of, she's expecting maybe to get a portion of the estate and stuff like that. And then we're introduced to Jennifer, who is her estranged stepsister, and her asshole boyfriend Nigel. And I'll tell you, Kevin Leslie plays the character of Nigel as an asshole to a T. I mean, acting really isn't an issue in this movie for such a low budget movie. The acting is pretty damn good. We're also introduced to Nazar, who is the groundskeeper, and through some pretty awesome animation in the very first scene, we're kind of given, and also through Nazar, who kind of fills us in on the rest of the details at the end of the first act. We're kind of given a history of what's going on with this Hobbs house, and why the curse was put on it. And what's going to happen now, because Nazar explains that now that she has passed away, the guardians, they call them, but they're zombies. They come out of the ground there, are coming to protect the house, or anyone, kill anyone that is inside of it after Alexandria has killed herself, because she obviously, I guess was the owner of the house, and now that there technically is no owner, the curse is to protect this house. That's what it's about. So, long story short, the second act is they get trapped in this house by these guardians and the zombies. They have to escape. Shit happens. People die. Third act, we're kind of. I don't want to give spoilers, but I mean, we are told why the zombies have come back to life and are protecting this house, and what it means as far as involving Jane and Jennifer, the two sisters. Okay, that's as far as I want to go with that. Okay, watch the movie. You can see for yourself, how it unfolds and all the goings on about the story. But what I want to get into is this movie, and it's getting a lot of bad reviews and not a very high score. And I understand why. This movie, again, it's only an hour and 23 minutes long, so the pace is okay. All right. But it's just, it's low budget. It's low budget, and I was impressed with the fact that they shot it in 18 days. I know a lot of low budget movies have this crazy, filming timeline that they have to hit. But, for what we get on the screen for 18 days isn't that bad. Listen, this isn't a terrible movie by any means. I hope I'm not coming across like that. But there's a lot wrong with it, and I'll be God honest, I did find it to be kind of boring. It's not very scary at all. I don't know. There's not even really any creepy parts. And the other thing too that I really found there was two things that I found that really kind of took me out of this movie. Was the zombies themselves, when we do get to see them, look pretty cool. Okay, I mean, for again low budget, they had a pretty cool, kind of a Walking Dead style look to them, and they spent some money on making their eyes kind of have this kind of a bluish kind of a glow to them. So that was something a little bit different. Okay, that was cool. I appreciated that. But the noise these zombies make is so fucking annoying. I can't even it totally took me out of this movie. It sounded like, I don't even know how to describe it other than like birds screeching constantly and cats fighting all kind of mixed into one. It was like, it was fucking annoying. Like, I don't know who chose that to be the sound of these zombies, but I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, because that, like, you know, or at least toned it down a little bit, because this is the second thing that really is the audio and the sound in this movie is terrible. It's I get it, it's low budget. I understand that. But it's just the audio and the sound. And I have a pretty killer fucking sound system here that I watch my movies on. So, I mean, if it sounded that bad on my system, like, I don't know. It just, the audio quality was terrible. And it's not, audio is not usually something I talk about when I do reviews, but this one, I definitely fucking noticed it. And I've seen, you know, some low budget movies, but you know, a lot of the times the sound is not the issue, but it definitely was in this movie. It kind of took me out of it, to be quite honest with you. So, but yeah, I don't know. You know, it was just, I don't know. It's not a bad movie, but it was, you know, it's got kind of a cool story. You know, when you get to the very end and you find out why and how come and all that sort of stuff, and there's a few twists and turns in here. Like, I don't know, it's not like a bad written story. It's just, again, lack of budget. A little more budget really would have helped this. And, you know, maybe, I don't know, if a longer shooting schedule, but 18 days is impressive. But I don't know, I just found myself bored watching this movie. I guess I just wanted a little bit more. I don't know, as far as the zombies and stuff go, they had a cool look, but I mean, this is just more or less your just run-of-the-mill kind of a zombie movie, to be honest with you. It's, you know, again, it does have some twists and turns, but I don't know. You know, I'll never watch this movie again, and once I shut that camera off, I'll never think of this movie again either. So, but I just wanted to give my honest opinion on it. You know, it's not a terrible fucking movie, but I don't know. It just dragged. I would think it would have been better if it would have been maybe, you know, crunched down to an hour and then maybe shown, you know, as a Creepshow episode or Twilight Zone or whatever, you know, or in an anthology series or something like that, where you could really compress it down and just keep it going. But as a standalone movie, I don't know, it's just kind of dragged out and boring, in my honest opinion. So to give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it a 5. I'm not going to fail it. I will give it a 5. And I do say I recommend that you watch it. Again, this is just my opinion, right? So, I mean, judge for yourself. See if I'm wrong here. I don't think I am. You know, the zombies were cool. The acting was okay. The story was okay. But it was just boring. It was just a boring movie. And I don't know. I did appreciate the effort that was put in for only 18 days. But, and again, I don't know what the budget is, but, you know, it couldn't have been very much. So, anyways, The Curse of Hobbs House. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. If you haven't, please go rent it and check it out for yourself, and then come back and let me know what you thought, guys. I am curious to see your take on this movie, and let me know. And until next time, stay scared.